My favorite social media is Reddit, and I can spend hours on it. If this is the first time that you have heard about Reddit, then I would seriously recommend that you do give it a try. They call themselves as the front page of the internet, and on Reddit you can find practically any topic under the sun. From ancient methods of beekeeping to the most bizarre hentai, there are a lot of people that you can connect with who share these passions in common, and you can find so much information. So today on Whack, I have gone and made a compilation of advice, life hacks and tricks that I found on Reddit. I truly hope that these are things that would make your life a little simpler and more fun to live. So my name is Tricia, this is Whack, and together we are going to be a better version of ourselves. This episode I've divided into 3 sections: our relationship with ourselves, our relationship with our body, and our relationship with others. So let's begin with our relationship with ourselves. Think of everything that you do as progress. We always forget to celebrate the little things in life, and we often look only at our major goals as some kind of progress. So all of last week, I decided to measure and celebrate just the little things. I reached out to an old friend. I looked at it as progress in a relationship. I cooked a new dish. I looked at it as progress in acquiring a new skill. I listened to music and I just stared out of the window. I looked at it as progress towards my mental health. It's as simple as that. Just those little simple things. The 3 times 3 rule. The next time you find yourself getting irritated over something, why don't you ask yourself, will this really matter in 3 years? Will this really matter in 3 months? Will this even matter 3 days later? Most of the time we find ourselves getting irritated and frustrated over something that really won't even make a difference 3 days from now. So why don't you try and use this filter the next time something gets you really irritated? You'll watch an entire Netflix series even if the first couple of episodes are boring and slow because a friend of yours told you, hang on, it gets better. But what if you watched your goals like that and watched your life get better instead? When I started emceeing professionally, or even when I started Whack, the first couple of months, or hey, even like the first year, the results were not so obvious. But my present day self is so grateful to my past self for sticking it out and going through that gada majdoori so that I can truly enjoy where I am today. Just because you did something wrong in the past, it doesn't mean that now you can't advocate strongly against it. It doesn't make you a hypocrite. In fact, it makes you a person who has grown. Growth is a concept, and it's very important to embrace it. People can change, at least the good and the smart ones. The next time you find yourself judging someone over their clothes, their hobbies, or their interests, why don't you ask yourself, what does it matter to me? The less you care about another person's personal preferences, the more relaxed you become. And bonus, you become a nicer person. Our next category is about our physical self. Most of us are going to spend a lot of time on our computers, so try and adopt the 20-20 rule. After every 20 minutes, pause, look at something that is 20 feet away for 20 seconds. Your eyes will thank you later. When you feel like you need something and you can't figure out what it is, it's water. It's always water. And I think pizza comes second for me. Why don't you tell me in the comment section what the second one is for you? Oh, and if you're ever in a job interview and you're offered a glass of water, always accept it. Because then you can take a sip and have those few seconds just to think about that difficult question that you've just been asked before answering it. What's that smell? Ooh, it's me. You grow so accustomed to your own body odor that you don't even realize that you have one. But when you can start to smell yourself, that means it's gotten to a point that you need a deep clean. We've all had to learn it the hard way. If you can smell yourself a little bit, others can smell you a lot. Don't argue with people on online platforms. People tend to get very defensive of their opinions and very aggressive with their words. Sometimes when I look at the comment section on some of my videos and I see some of the arguments that are taking place, I feel like somebody's day just unnecessarily got ruined and a whole lot of time wasted. When someone is offloading and they are sharing an uncomfortable story about themselves with you, don't interrupt them with a relatable story about yourself. Don't interrupt. Just pause and listen. I know that misery loves company, but sometimes I just want someone to listen to me and not get into a competition over whose life is worse. Sometimes we find ourselves in a social situation or some kind of moment where you want to say no, but you just can't, and you find yourself conjuring up all these excuses in your head. At those points, to just turn around and say, I am not comfortable with this, is also a really good reason. If you think that someone has forgotten your name, then skip the awkwardness for the other person and mention your own name in third person. And what do you do if you have forgotten someone's name? Ask them for their email address or their social media handle. Once you have made a mistake or you have let someone down, heavily resist the temptation to over-explain, justify, and excuse your own actions. Own up to it, make up for it, and move on. At the end of any prank, the victim should be laughing too. The person who just got pranked, he or she should be laughing. And if they're not, then they just got bullied. And that's not cool. If you are getting a pet, then please don't buy one. Adopt, don't shop. Indian breeds are much more suitable for our environment as compared to a bulldog or a husky. And also try and think about what your life will be like then for the next 10 to 14 years. If you are going to move houses or your landlord is going to turn around and say, no, dogs are not allowed in this house, then you really need to sit and think about whether your house is suitable for a pet or not. A lot of people have to abandon their pets within 1 year of just getting them. And why am I an authority on all of this? Because I have the best dog in the world. So if you have any tips or hacks that you want to share with the rest of the tribe, you know what to do. The comment section is all yours. My name is Freesia. I hope you're following me on all my social media handles as well. I'll catch you guys again very, very soon. Ciao.